'Tis the season to be controversial. I'm Scoot. Welcome to our Scoot on the Air Daily Hit. I just did an interview last night with Amanda Shaw, and that's going to be ready to be launched in a couple of days. And also a very interesting conversation with a guy. Well, the guy looks really straight, but he's gay. And the whole conversation is about how unfair it is to judge people by the way they look. So those are two interview shows coming up. And if you're new to our Scoot on the Air YouTube channel, I hope you will subscribe. You'll get a notice every time we launch something. And I do these daily hits, and it's about a controversial or something stupid going on in the news that day, or my take. I'm a maverick moderate. I'm a registered independent, and I'm just fed up, like so many of you, with the right and the left. And I judge every issue based on the issue and not through some myopic political perspective on the right or the left. And more Americans are that way, and more Americans need to be that way. So really, there are more of us than there are of them on the right and the left. So let's remember that. Anyway, so we've got a Christmas controversy to talk about. Yeah, again, imagine that. Another Christmas controversy. And it's around this. The very simple Christmas candy cane. It's a cane. It's red. It's white. Innocent enough, right? I mean, when I was a kid, and even sometimes as an adult, I would suck on one of these. And wouldn't you? When you saw the candy cane, what did you think? Did you think religious symbol? Well, there's a teacher at an elementary school in Nebraska. Her name is Jennifer Sinclair. And she sent out a memo the other day to all the teachers talking about the things that are acceptable and unacceptable for Christmas decorations. Guess what she considered unacceptable? This. The simple candy cane. Why? Because if you turn it upside down, it's the letter J, standing for Jesus. See, I just always thought it was a candy cane, like a shepherd's crook, like a cane. I didn't think it was J for Jesus. But apparently there is a story that goes way back. There's a story that says that 250 years ago in Germany, the candy cane was invented. And the story goes that a choir master in 1670 decided that to help the children sit through the lengthy nativity scene, he wanted something for them to do. So he invented the candy cane. And he thought that this would be a good way they could suck this and eat this while they were going through the nativity scene. And so it would be a way of preoccupying them. According to the story, the J was actually shaped like a shepherd's crook to remind all the kids that the shepherd visited the baby Jesus. So according to this story, I guess it does have some religious symbolism. But what we find interesting is that there are really no records. That's a nice story, but there are no records to the candy cane until 1900. And around 1900, there was a Christian meaning given to this candy cane. The white represents purity. The red represents the blood shed by Jesus Christ. And the J means Jesus. Why are all the candy canes like this in the store? They're all like this. I mean, do you ever see candy canes stacked like this? No, they come in boxes like this. So this is the way the candy cane is supposed to be. So is this I guess this is where we get to the point where we decide whether or not this is a Christian symbol, and I think it's ridiculous that it is. I mean, there's no truth to that first story that I told. It's a nice little story, but there's no truth to that. And this seems to be the modern day understanding. I mean, I'm talking about the 50, 60, 70 year image of the candy cane. Is just this. It's a candy cane. It's not a candy J. And so I think this is absurd, but this is how far we have gone. You know, kids would only see this as a candy cane until some adult comes along and says, oh no, that's a religious symbol. That's where we are today. And that's why I love to use this YouTube channel as a way of combating this. I mean, YouTube is like a television network, and we're on YouTube now, Scoot on the Air. And I do hope you will subscribe. Here's our fancy sign. I'm going to get signs. Scoot on the Air, SOTA, on YouTube. And I hope you'll subscribe to that. And you'll get alerts whenever we have something on, which I'm trying to do this daily. And then once a week, we're going to have an interview show. And we've got a couple of great interview shows that are about to be launched. And by the way, you can go back and check the interview shows that I've done. One is with a Bourbon Street dancer, all about the business of stripping, the politics behind trying to cut down on strip clubs in New Orleans and around the country. And she also talks about, her business. And then the other is with Republican Congressman Steve Scalise. And Steve Scalise and I don't agree on a lot of things, but we proved that over a meal, which was at Antoine's restaurant in the French Quarter, we could have a civil conversation. So you can check those two out. So let's just get back to this. This teacher, Jennifer Sinclair, has been placed on leave for sending out that memo because the school district said that Christmas trees and Easter eggs and bunnies and things like the candy cane are considered secular symbols. So they're okay in the school. So it's good that the school overruled this teacher. But I mean, I'm serious. I mean, you can make your comments here. There's a place to reply here on YouTube. But in my opinion, this was just an innocent candy cane until somebody came along and tried to give it religious meaning. Isn't that sad? So I'm glad you and I were able to come here and set the record straight that this is a freaking candy cane. As one of my listeners said, it reminds him of a stripper pole that Rosie O'Donnell used. I'm Scoot. Glad you were with us on this daily hit on the Scoot on the Air YouTube channel. Have a great day.